Hey guys, it's Max here. Um, Everything's been kind of crazy with holidays and whatnot, but I figured I would do a end of the year book haul, like holiday book haul type thing, like things I've gotten within the last month or two. Um, so I'll start with a book that was sent to me by one of the girls in a book group that I'm in, and it's 13 by Steve Kavana, I think is how you pronounce it. But it sounds kind of like it's supposed to be, like a serial killer, like murder mystery type thing. And I guess the serial killer is actually part of the jury for the person that's on trial for the killings. So that's kind of where I'm getting the mystery part from it. Then the only book that I received from someone else for Christmas or holidays, whatever you want to call them, depending on what you celebrate, is the Ichabod by J.K. Rowling. My grandma actually gave me this one. So I'm actually going to read that, or do a group read of that book with a couple of girls in one of my book groups, because they both received it for Christmas also. And then pretty much all the rest of these I bought myself. There's not that many, because I did a book haul not too terribly long ago. But I was at Five Below one day looking for like stocking stuffers for my little one, and I found this book about essential oils. It doesn't really give me an author, so I'm not quite sure what you would say for that. But it's Essential Oils, a guide for using aromatherapy in your everyday life. Five Below occasionally has like little interesting books like that, so I always check out their book section. Next is actually the second book in the Bone Witch series, or trilogy, I think it's a trilogy. It is The Heart Forger by Rin Chupacchio. I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name, but I was looking at my bookshelf and realized I owned the first and the third of the trilogy, but somehow I had missed getting the second book. So I went and I got it. And of course, the bookstore only had the paperback, and my other two are hard copies. So if I can eventually get it in hardback, I will end up selling or trading this in, whatever you want to call it, to the second-hand bookshop in town and get it store credit to do some of the used books, because occasionally I can find books there that I like. These next two places are, or next two books, excuse me, are actually like the book zines, which is, if you're new to my channel, they're too long to be considered a magazine, but they're long enough to be considered a book. So they get called book zines. And I know at Sam's Club they're actually labeled book zines. So this first one is called Witches, and it says the truth behind the legends and lore which is inside their mysterious world. And it's supposed to have secrets and spells, famous faces of the craft, and the Salem's tragic tale. So those are some of the main topics. I just find that stuff kind of interesting, so I always like reading about it. And this last one I actually got, I want to say at Sam's Club, and it's World's Scariest Places, Haunted, Creepy, and Abandoned. I can't speak today. But it covers places like Dracula's Castle, the Manson Murder House, and Suicide Forest, which, if I remember correctly, Suicide Forest is in Japan. If I remember correctly. And on the back it also shows some places like the Bran, however you pronounce it, castle, which is Dracula's castle, Eastern State Penitentiary, and then looks like the Paris catacombs. I can't speak French, so, but I understand like the phrase that they usually use for the catacombs. I just don't know how to pronounce it. But that, well, I also ended up getting an Amazon gift card to get more books on my Kindle. I just haven't bought any yet. So that is the books that I got within like the last month and a half, 2 months. Within the last week, I've finished a couple books, which one of them was actually The Bone Witch. I'd say I'd give it probably a 4 out of 5 stars. Always room for improvement, but it was good. Really the only issue I had with Bone Witch was, like, you'd be reading, like, the main plot, main story, and then all of a sudden you'd get, like, after you get done with the chapter, you get, like, this, I want to say, like, a flash forward, because it wasn't really a flashback. So, like, they were jumping into the future once the main character, I'm assuming, gets exiled. I haven't gotten to that point. I'm assuming that particular point's either in the second or third book. But that's just what I'm gathering from what was in the first book. Just because it, like, jumps into what seems to be the future. But I also ended up getting my hair cut, which was much needed. That is all I've got as far as book-wise. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!